What's going on, dudes and dudettes? I'm just doing this quick intro just to see if I end up cutting this video or not, because there's a lot of USC and Duke news and Laker news that I'm catching up with. But when it comes to more of the Duke and Lakers side, yeah, according to 247 Sports, they have like a true impact freshman list, like a true freshman coming into college, and Duke's Landon Callahan was named as one of those players. So yeah, hoping he does end up making an impact, because they definitely need all the help they can get, especially on the defensive side. So looking forward to seeing what he can do this season. And then when it comes to on three, yes, apparently they did put out a top 10 of the transfer running back grades, and Duke Star Thomas was ranked number 9 on that top 10 list, which is pretty cool. Obviously one of the later guys to come in through the transfer portal, but obviously he did very well at his last stop, so hoping he could do some good stuff for Duke football as well. And then, yeah, PFF recently put out a highest ACC grade of the returning cornerbacks, and 2 Duke players were on there: Chandler Rivers and Tre'Shon Devanez. Yeah, so 2 guys that are very talented. I want to say they were both on the team at least last year. I could be wrong, but either way, some pretty talented guys at least out there on the cornerback spots for Duke football. So hopefully they can show out for this team. And also, according to PFF, they have Duke football as one of the top 5 losers of the transfer portal as far as the type of players and I guess quantity of players that came in, because I don't know, they brought in some really good talented guys. I guess it just wasn't enough to appease this place, but I don't know. I thought they got some pretty good guys, and obviously it's the first season going into Manny Diaz, so we'll see what he can do next transfer portal window. But either way, I don't think they did as bad. And obviously, if you look like at a Colorado, I think they both win and lose, because they always have like 30 plus guys leaving and then like 30, 40 guys coming in, or something crazy. Either way, kind of like Louisville did as well this last year. So yeah, Deion Sanders didn't even leave Colorado too. You could understand that in his first season, but once again it happened in his second season. So I don't know how you could really quantify what is good and what isn't when it comes to the transfer portal. But I don't know, even for USC, it always seems like if certain guys go somewhere else compared to USC, they're ranked a little bit higher, or that grade is a little bit better than if they went somewhere else compared to USC, which makes no sense, but that's just what we got to deal with this as USC fans, is a little bit of that hate every now and again. And then, yeah, the freshman guard Darren Harris on the basketball side, apparently he fractured his non-shooting hand. He already had surgery, and it looks like he's going to make a full recovery. It did not say officially when he would be back on the court or if he would be participating this season. I don't think he was going to be a guy that probably got that much time coming off the bench, but he is a very good shooter, so there was a possibility. But either way, I still thought he would be coming off the bench. I don't think he's one of the more top-rated freshmen coming in, but maybe this indicates him coming back for at least a sophomore year. You never know, but either way, we'll see if he can end up helping this team late in the season or not. And I recently talked about this 2025 5-star player, Nate Emmett, for Duke basketball, and he went off the other day after I talked about him. Apparently, he had 41 points, 27 rebounds, and 6 blocks in that same game. So, yeah, if already a lot of the top teams weren't after him, they're pretty much going to be all after him after this performance. So, yeah, he just made it a little bit harder for him to get, to Duke. But either way, hoping for the best in this recruiting situation. And it looks like the Lakers are going to be targeting big men, whether it's in the draft or in free agency. And one of those guys going into unrestricted free agency is Jonas Valanciunas from the New Orleans Pelicans, who's a pretty good guy. He can help you down inside, somewhat okay defensively, can even shoot the 3 as well if needed. He is a little bit slower of foot, but he does get in there and grind it out a bit. So sometimes you just need a bigger guy to do the dirty work, and he could also hit a 3 as well. So maybe you could go after somebody else more versatile in the draft if they still end up keeping that 17th overall pick instead of going for the biggest guy they could find. So either way, I'm not mad about this situation here if they end up signing him. And then when it came to John Wall, he recently said, because I guess he's just been out of the league the past year or so, and I don't know if he's just not getting any time, any opportunity to play, or it's just his injuries were that bad. But according to him, he just really wants to wear an NBA jersey again. He feels good. So I would not mind the Lakers taking a chance on him just to see what he can do, because he was one of my favorite players going into that draft. And even though I was already a Duke fan at the time, I kind of always snuck in a game or two with Kentucky, because that year they were just pretty exciting with him and DeMarcus Cousins and all those guys. So yeah, was a pretty big fan of John Wall. Love seeing him go number one to Washington, and yeah, just some crappy dumb injuries just kept him out a couple seasons back to back there, and I guess he never fully recovered. But even if he's not as fast as he used to be, he can still be hopefully working on his shot, be a knockdown shooter, and still be a good passer at that point guard position. So I would not be mad if the Lakers gave him pretty cheap minimum deal. You don't have to pay him the full amount. Even the NBA helps you with those minimum deals, the veteran ones, and we'll go from there. And yeah, according to a Google post I saw about the Bears season 3, it looks like it's going to be debuting a little bit sooner than we thought. I assumed it was going to be at some point Wednesday nights as you're watching this, but I guess it's going to be even sooner, because they said at 8 p.m. So I don't know if this was like an East Coast publication that was saying this, so it's actually going to be like 5 o'clock here on the West Coast, or if it's 8 o'clock as well on the West Coast when it does premiere. But either way, looking forward to it. Just been catching up with it with my girlfriend the past couple of days. The first 2 seasons are pretty easy to get through, because they average about like 25, 30 something minutes, and yeah, it's just crazy how much gets done in there, because I always kind of like to explain it as like, say how Martin Scorsese used to direct his movies before, like Goodfellas. Think of like Goodfellas, like the way that movie is shot, but in a kitchen and all that fast food industry. Well, it's not fast food, it's a restaurant type of industry and all that stuff. So it gets very hectic, family matters and stuff, always going into that and mixing up too. It's an awesome show, so we'll see how they do. But some of the stars did talk about it recently in an interview, and I guess there were some rumors that they were filming the 3rd and 4th season, which was pretty big news to me, because I just thought they were shooting like just this 3rd season back in February and got it done pretty quickly. But they kind of hinted that maybe they worked on some of the stuff for that season, which is pretty cool. Some people even said like something like that, or a little version of that sort of, and of course one of the cast members said you'll have to wait and see. So yeah, I guess it's just smart, because maybe they already felt they were going to need another season, so just film some stuff, some pickup stuff here and there, or some storylines that are going to be going into that next season, especially if there's a good cameo or two and you just need that person around for only those 2 scenes in those 2 separate seasons. But yeah, they have some pretty good cameos of people that come in who end up becoming a bigger part, or even sometimes don't. Sometimes they're just there for that one episode, which is great. But yeah, those have been some of the funner episodes. But either way, still a great show. Looking forward to it and hoping for the best. Thanks for watching, people. Like and subscribe. Comment down below. Let me know what y'all think. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.